All right, hey everybody, this is Darkseid Ali here, and today is Friday, but this is gonna be out on Monday, so this is always gonna be our Monday podcast. We'll try our best to try to get this out on Monday. If it doesn't happen, it's most likely gonna be that it'll be a solo act with myself, and it most likely will have Hawk. Either he's very busy at work, or or
Just personal stuff.
yeah, some personal stuff, or it's just there's no way our timing can be done. um so always remember that, and if you don't hear that I have Hawk on, then that's usually the main factor that's going on. If it's not happening completely, either my internet is out or I am too tired to get it done. So remember that too. So thank you for joining us. This one is going to be a little bit different than what we normally do. There's not much news going on. It's just a lot of whispers, a lot of rumors.
A lot of
And
conspiracy theories of COVID.
yeah, right.
We're
So
going to get comic stories of COVID and, the Avengers. The
yeah,
Avengers
right.
cured COVID. It's just a flu.
Yeah, right. So
It's like they're done.
so this one's gonna be a little bit different. We have some new DC movies coming out pretty soon, and I kind of want to do this as what do we think is gonna be happening? Just throwing out some rumor ideas. This is not something that we know. Like Hawk does not have a back door into what's going on in WB. I sure as hell don't. These are just opinionated stuff from using information that we know, plus hopefully we have some comic book influences. So let's get to it. So we have um, the first one's coming out, and I'm thinking it's gonna be coming out next month. I'm hearing it's coming out next month, this August, and that's the new Wonder Woman 84. And we Hawk talked about it a little bit the last week. Uh, uh, no, this past Monday,
Yeah,
about what Pedro Pascal's character is. We know that he's
yeah.
Maxwell Lord, and he is dabbling with magic. So I brought up maybe Cersei, and but the main question is that a lot of people want to know is what the heck is Steve Trevor there for? What the heck is going on?
And how you
Um,
get there.
yeah, how he got there. Now, I want to throw some ideas out. Hawk, if you want to throw some out, go for it.
Well, in the
What's up?
comic, she was gifted his life back. So I don't think this is a situation. I think it's something else. I think it's something he did, the villain, to distract
Okay.
her because
Okay.
he realized, oh, okay. I mean, this is a theory, but
Yeah.
this is a theory I'm thinking. I think he did it to distract her so he can do what he wants to do to get power, to gain immortality, strength, all that stuff. This is things that he wanted in the comic too. So,
Yeah.
and he's such a douchebag though, like
Yeah. Maxwell
grade
Lord is
A
douche.
douchebag. Like he's that guy that pumps his fist in Jersey. He's like, yeah, let's go party. That's his attitude. I don't. It's not. Yeah, it's not the attitude. His attitude is kind of like how he was. No, no, I'm talking about the actor, the trailer, right? So you're looking at
Yeah.
his attitude. It's kind of like uh, blood sucking bastards when he came into the
Oh.
office as a sales manager and he turned everybody into vampire and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He has that attitude right off the bat. So it fits right away. He's already done it once before.
Okay.
So, but my theory is, I think he's doing it as a distraction for her. I don't think they're doing the comic because they're staying away a lot, the comic theories and all that. It was a
Uh-huh.
gift
Yeah.
that, hey, you deserve love. Here you go, a gift from the gods. Well, you can't do that because then the pantheon in the movie is gone. So who you can't gift it. So I think it's the latter where the villain is just trying to say, "Hey, look over here, so my other hand can do this."
Okay. That's a good idea. Um, Mine is this. I think that what they did in the first Wonder Woman movie, saying that all the gods are gone, I think that was a MacGuffin for the story. I think the gods are not gone. I think that Zeus grabbed up all the gods and just disappeared. And when he casted Ares out of Mount Olympus and left him there, I think that Zeus disappeared and left. And I think that this is Zeus's power bringing back Trevor because he believes that Diana is going to need him. That what they're about to release, that what Maxwell is releasing, and the fact of what happened to Minerva, making a wish to a goddess or a evil god or whatever. Now, personally, everyone's got to remember one thing. That's why I went to Cersei. Cersei is one of Wonder Woman's greatest nemesis, and she comes from
Literally.
Odyssey. She comes from the Odyssey, and her power is she could turn any person into an animal.
Yep, a beast man.
Yeah, a beast man. Now they can twist it a little bit and say that he could turn them not into a true beast, but like a half beast, half
A
person,
humanoid. Yeah.
a humanoid. So I think that Maxwell fiddled with something like they kind of did in Suicide Squad
Oh,
and
and he calls
released,
Cersei.
and he calls Cersei, and Cersei, um, no, no, no. I think that Minerva screwed up on an incantation and summoned Cersei, and Cersei turned her into Cheetah because she needed somebody to keep Diana away. Because remember, Cersei runs the hell away from any god. It doesn't matter if it's an Amazon or
Yeah.
not. She runs from the gods.
But she wants
So
the power though.
yeah, she
Like
wants
she's
their power.
jealous of their power,
Yeah,
their
she's jealous
strength.
of the power. She wants the godly powers. So I think that she's trying to use Cheetah to keep combating Wonder Woman, so Wonder Woman uses her true power so she can start siphoning it away. Zeus is most likely using that situation, knowing it's Cersei, to say, okay, she needs help, and the only person that helped her all this time was Trevor. Trevor kept her narrow, kept her straight and focused, and kept her human.
Well, I mean, he's a
And
legit hero,
he's a
so
legit
if that
hero,
helps.
yeah. I mean, he did bad stuff. He said that he did a lot of bad stuff. He didn't truly care about the people in the war until she showed up, and that's when he started to truly be a hero. She made him into a hero. He turned her. He made her realize her human frailties, and that not everything is right. So basically, they became a really good team together, and I think that's what Zeus did. He brought him back. Wow, brought him back, and she made a deal. She's making a deal with Maxwell by promising him magical power. But I think that there's something more to that. Because remember, everyone's got to think that Ares is dead. I don't think Ares is dead. I think he survived the confrontation and didn't truly get killed, and he's basically abiding his time. That's me, because that
Yeah, he's doing it once again,
yeah,
just
he's just
chilling.
waiting. He's just waiting because he knows if he tries to confront her again, she will kill him. She would kill him.
Yeah, it's not a God of War situation.
No. He's like, nope, I'm about to get murdered. No, thank you. So that's what I think is happening. I think that's what's happening. I think that Maxwell is just being a patsy, and it's just gonna be more of Diana dealing with Cheetah, and then Maxwell is gonna be an ill consequence because of the situation. Because if it's Cersei that's behind all these machinations, that's gonna get a lot of people really hyped for Wonder Woman 3, because just having Cheetah and then no Cersei or no abiding to anything else, that's gonna really make people
Yeah, it'd
upset.
make no sense. It
No.
would make no sense.
Wait, hold on
Because
one
I
second.
mean,
All right, what were you saying, man? I'm sorry.
so like her main villains were always those two though, Cersei and Cheetah.
Yeah,
And I would say more so Cheetah though, because Cheetah was very relentless because,
yeah,
like you said, the bloodlust and all that stuff.
yeah. I mean,
Cersei every now and then jealousy, and then you get later on you get Giganta,
yeah.
just
I
upset, but she wasn't really like a force to really care about.
No, not really, because I mean, people gotta realize something about Giganta. She's actually a very beautiful woman. She's not.
But she's stupid.
She's just dumb. Yeah, she is that stereotypical airhead, but she's not ugly. People are like, oh, she's ugly. No, Giganta is not ugly. She's
No, not at
beautiful.
all.
No,
She's
she
just
she
dumb.
almost she almost rivals Diana in beauty. The only thing that is that dude, she's just dumb. She's a thug. And me personally, I mean, I love Pedro Pascal, and I think Maxwell Lord is a great villain, but I wish it was Doctor Psycho.
Yeah,
I
Dr.
would,
Slipper would be interesting.
yeah, Doctor Psycho would have been awesome. That if they used Doctor Psycho, they could have used the fact that that's not really Trevor, that's Doctor Psycho, that she's been interacting with.
Oh, that'd be fuck.
Yeah, that Doctor
That'd
Psycho's
be
been screwing
so
with her this
messed
whole
up.
time. Yeah,
He's
it
a
was all.
twisted bastard
Yeah,
too.
he
That makes
is.
sense.
He is. And I think I told you, Hawk, that I got the books. Everyone has to read Wonder Woman Odyssey. You have to read that book.
I
That
do
that
like that one though. I did read it. I do
yeah,
like it.
it was phenomenal because you got the full truth about why Doctor Psycho has a he doesn't hate Wonder Woman. He's in love with her.
Yeah,
He's truly in love with her. And she never understood that his obsession for her was the one thing that made him an enemy to her. But he genuinely truly loves her because he feels that she is the one thing that this world needed. And he expressed that in the book. He said that you are the one thing that makes everyone happy. You made me happy. And my own obsession for you is what made is what make this all messed up because he used up all of his psychokinetic energy and died in front of her. He basically disappeared into the ether to save her life. And
yeah.
oh my
Like
god, it was a great
a
book.
side note for that, like for if you are looking for it, most likely it would have to be Comixology. You're pretty
Yeah,
much not going to buy it, but the cover is her wearing a leather jacket and stuff like that. Like it's
yeah.
a
This
retro '80s type thing going on with her
yeah.
look.
This was supposed to be the Wonder Woman we got for the New 52.
Yeah,
This
but it
yeah. But they changed
everybody
it up a
just
little
messed it
bit.
up. Yeah,
Yeah, they changed it back up a little bit, and they went kind of back to the classic 90s to yeah, the 90s Wonder Woman. They went back to that kind
I
of
was
look.
okay with that look though.
I like that look. It was more modern, and it made a lot of sense. And
And
she still kept her colors.
she was feminine, but she was more like battle hardened look.
Yeah, she
Like I'm
was.
willing to destroy you if it means to
Yeah.
save children, or
Yep.
that was her attitude. And she was really adamant about saving children in that story too.
Yep.
So
Yep. And then
no,
you find out the whole thing about Donna because they used the whole Troya situation. People were like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna," yeah, because Troya is supposed to be Donna. They're saying, "Oh no, it's Wonder Woman from another." No, that's Donna. It was Donna Troy that was supposed to be Troya. That whole enemy she dealt with the whole situation in Odyssey. It was a great book, and it was done by my man, J. Michael Straczynski. He wrote a crap ton of Spider-Man. He wrote the Thor that happened after Thor Ragnarok when Thor was reimagined again. He rewrote that whole book, that whole thing. He did Spider-Man. He did Superman. He did Superman Grounded. He did I think yeah he did Superman Earth 1, Wonder Woman Earth 1. He did a lot of DC stuff before he disappeared off the face of the earth. I kind of wish DC kept him around and had him build up a few things, but man, that book was phenomenal. It was a great
well,
book for Wonder Woman.
it's funny how you say he was a uh, he's a man that wrote the story. But you got to remember too, uh, when she was created, she was written by a professor
Mhm.
that believed that women can be like empowered and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And he wrote that. There was a movie based on it. I think it was called Wonder Woman or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
And I don't know how I didn't get to see it yet, but I know that it's about the guy who created Wonder Woman, the character itself,
Mhm.
and feels that there needs to be a character like that out there.
Yeah. And
And he did that against the norm. He almost got fired. He
yep.
was ostracized from the community of education.
Asian.
Like
Yeah.
this guy almost got ruined, and he made so much money that people were like, no, let's make a comic series out of it. Uh, let's have it. Forget them. You don't need them anymore because the way they treated you, they're not welcoming. And look what happened. Look, we still got her out there. This
Mm-hmm.
guy went against the norm. He let women know that, hey, you don't need to worry about a man to take care of you. I mean, that's nonsense. You can take care of yourself just fine. Matter of fact, he needs you more than anything else. And
Mm-hmm.
man, was he shunned.
He was
Like, I mean,
shunned.
they were trying to say he was a womanizer and all this stuff. Hey, there's nothing wrong with the man loving women, but you have a misconception there. He was trying to empower women. He wasn't trying to get in the pants like the rest of the community obviously was trying to do that. I'll
Mm-hmm.
give you a good grade if you polish my knob. Well, that wasn't that wasn't really his
Yeah.
attitude. So
No.
I don't know if the movie is going to portray him in the light that he was. I mean, this dude was not
In
Harvey Weinstein.
in some of the scenes I've seen, I haven't seen it yet either. I should see it. He did no. They no. He was he was exactly what you described him as. He just
Yeah,
basically wanted to
he
create
was
a
supposed to be
story.
a down to earth guy that believed that women needed to be uplifted and not stepped
Yeah,
on.
because of what happened to his wife. Because again, he had his
Yeah,
wife. His wife was
inspiration.
the inspiration of of the personality of the character, but he got another woman that had the look that he wanted for Wonder Woman. And
Yeah,
I believe that at one point they tried to say that he was being non-monogamous.
yeah, like he was having an affair or
He
something
was
like
having
that, being a
affairs and such with
bigoted.
other women. Yeah, and
Yeah,
he was trying to, yeah, it was like weird.
yeah, they
But
tried to make him something that he wasn't.
yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of things people don't realize about what you gotta look at the small things that he was doing. Like one of her big weaknesses was, and I think Hawk will back me up on it. You if anybody, doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, if any person wraps her up with anything, she loses all of her powers.
Yeah.
That was stupid. That was stupid.
Oh man,
You
you could
saw
wrap
it
her
all
up with
this.
tissue and it was
Yeah,
done for
yeah. You wrap her up with
a party
rope.
trimmer.
Yeah, you can wrap her with rope, uh, or anything. It doesn't matter. Tape. It doesn't matter. She loses all of her power. She becomes just as powerful as a regular woman.
Yeah, that was funny.
That
Yeah.
was funny. Yeah, and if you look at
It's
some of
just
the
like
scenes,
the Clippers and the stupid TV show that didn't last longer than
yeah,
an
right.
hour. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
The
because you,
Nemesis. Her Clippers.
yeah. If you look at some of the scenes in the books, and especially older books, she was always put in this kind of S&M type of situation, and that's
Damsel
when and that's
dude.
where they try to blame him at, like, oh, you're putting this S&M stuff. He's like, no, I'm not. He's just showing that she's wrapped up and she's on her stomach and her hands behind her back, and she's wrapped up like a freaking like a pig. I mean, that's some of the scenes. It's messed up, but he's not writing no S&M stuff. Um, what was another one? Oh,
It,
oh, the main he also put in the main reason why the gauntlets. He put in the gauntlets. Like, she's able to block the gauntlets because she's not bulletproof. She's not bulletproof. She can
yeah.
get hit by a bullet, she's dead. So she has massive levels of speed and can block the bullets, and they repel off, and she can repel them however direction she wishes because she can change their trajectory when she spins her gauntlets around, and then her tiara can actually she can throw her tiara and hit people and do a boomerang effect, and then once she can actually hypnotize people with the freaking with the jewel in the middle. There was a whole bunch of powers she had. There was like a whole bunch of crap ton of powers she had. But
She could fly, but
yeah,
she had a physical jet, which was
yeah,
it was weird, man.
it
Like
was weird
I
stuff.
have
But
a physical jet,
yeah,
and
yeah,
you
and then what was it? Then they try to expand it that they all have these jets. I'm like, they're not advanced. They're not advanced. They have, dude. They're from ancient Greece. Where the hell they get the jets from?
jet. That was
Yeah, and
very.
then that was weird. And they said, "Oh, it's a gift from the gods." The gods have jets. I was like, okay, whatever.
Odds would have been a griffin that could disappear so nobody could see him.
I know, right? I'll just say, here's a griffin, dude. I mean, right? Here's a griffin.
Oh man, or what was the lion one? Not a chimera, the one that could fly.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it.
A manticore, a manticore,
Oh, a manticore. Yep, 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 yep,
scorpion tail. Yeah.
yep. Yeah,
So, anything but a jet.
but a jet. Okay. So, um, oh, and there was one thing later on that that they are putting in the movie. They're gonna give her the armor of Athena.
Oh yeah,
Everybody,
you see that in the trailer.
you
Yeah,
see
the
that in the
gold arm.
trailers, and I know people are like, "Oh wow, it's a, it's a hawk," and I go, "That's not a hawk. It's an owl. What the hell are you talking about? It's an owl."
Greeks believed that owls
Owls,
were
the most
guided.
wise.
Yes, they guide you to safety, to areas where you need to be
Mm-hmm.
if you have to save somebody. That's why it was in Clash of the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
So people don't get it. And I don't like that they didn't have an owl in the remake movies. The remake movies with Sam Worthington were bad,
No.
but I don't like that they kind of showed the owl and they just kind of, took a dump on it and threw it off to the
Yeah.
side. I'm like, well, you could have gave him a live owl. You could have had
Right.
Athena go here. He will guide you to where it needs to be, like where you
Right.
need to. This is what you need. So I was like, man, that sucks. Whatever.
Right. So I mean, those are our thoughts about Wonder Woman. Um, there's not much I can say because I just want to see the movie. It's been pushed. It's been pushed back like 3 times already. We hear that it's gonna come out August, and now there's people that's like, oh, it's getting pushed back to September. I'm like, no, no, no more
I
pushing
think
this movie back.
May, right? Like originally it was supposed to be May, and then it
Yeah,
changed,
to
and then
like
changed.
July.
Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, they didn't know if they're gonna put it on VOD or the streaming service or on HBO Max. I'm like, okay, put it on HBO Max so everybody get it, and then put it on the freaking streaming service. Put it on the DC
Yeah,
streaming service. Done.
what's because on the DC streaming service it says, "Oh, get HBO Max for $5 more." Why? Why? Like it's a DC entity. Why is it not on the DC service? Like this is stupid.
I know.
So I know you're never gonna watch it, but I was curious about it. And, Christine would probably like it a little bit, and she does. She does like it a little bit.
Like what?
Uh, Girl, it's on the DC thing, so we were
Oh,
watching.
Stargirl. I might watch it. I don't know.
It's interesting because I get it. It's not exactly what you were thinking it was, but it shows the Justice Society, which was way before Justice League, and
Yeah.
it shows some of the heroes and everything like that, and Starman, and he's the reason why the Cosmos staff and everything, and
Yeah.
that shows you what happens, who took him down, like the original Justice Society, because they were murked in the
Yep.
comic, they were slaughtered. Not all of them, but most of them were freaking.
Mm-hmm.
So it shows that they've been attacked, and then it pans off to uh, present day. It's the end of the golden age, and that needs a new generation. That was the whole point of that, because technically that's what Stargirl was. She was supposed to revitalize.
Yeah. Yeah. Courtney. Courtney. Yes. Courtney's supposed to revitalize everything um and bring together a brand new team. But
Of
uh,
heroes, yeah.
oh my God, what they did to freaking Wildcat and
Yeah, Wildcat shouldn't have died, but whatever.
no, even
Uh,
if he died, he's supposed to come back. He has
yeah,
9 lives.
curse. Yeah, that's his curse.
That's his curse.
So,
Ugh.
or maybe he did come.
Ugh. Okay. Um, the next one, and this is one I really want to talk about. You ready to do that? Uh oh, we might have lost Hawk. You still there, man? All right, what were you saying, man?
I was saying the show that we were watching it showed her actually doing that, revitalizing everything, trying to find a team, trying to get the villains away from the area that they're at because they're just doing things that are a little too heinous, which was part of the story anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Johns shouldn't be the showrunner because it could have been a lot better if we had a different showrunner. Like if we had McG, it would have fit better. Because he would understand. Okay, well, this is what you need. Because the guy knows how to run a show. I
Yeah.
mean, look at what he did with Supernatural. The guy obviously knows what he's doing. Like, you need to get somebody of a higher caliber, not just somebody that knows how to write stories. And the thing is, Jeff John can write great stories. It's very strange how this guy can't run a show. Why? Because he's not in television. Like, he needs to just take a step back, let somebody else
He
run it,
he
and
needs to
learn
be, in my
how to
personal
do this.
opinion. Well, to talk about this, he needs to be an executive, but a little bit more hands-on executive. Like he's on the set and he's
That's
in
what
the
I'm saying.
writings
He
room.
needs to learn how to do this first.
Yeah,
Stay
and
back, watch everything unfold. Oh, that's how you do that. Ask questions, learn how to do it. How you get to the job that you're doing now? Well, you did the exact same thing. So why are you just jumping in thinking you're going to run a show?
right. I don't know.
That's ridiculous.
Okay. Well, okay. Let's move away from Stargirl. All right.
Yeah, I
There's
mean,
one.
it's not that exciting, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
not bad.
um. There's another movie coming out now. There's one big one I really do want to talk about, and that's because there's a lot of controversy behind it. But this one I want to talk about because, and I know how you're gonna feel about it, but we should talk about it. And it's the Batman. And
As
I've,
long
I,
as it's not the Twinkle Fairy, we'll be fine.
well, he's gonna be Batman, and we
All
still got
right.
Zoe.
Well,
I know we got Zoe Kravitz, but the thing we're gonna talk about is the story. Like, what are they gonna do? And they talked
and
about all these villains. So let's just talk about some of the stuff they're gonna some
I
possibilities.
don't care that she is Catwoman. That doesn't necessarily bother me. It's
Okay.
the Batman that bothers me. It's the person you pick to play Batman that bothers me the most. Because you got other actors in there that could steal the movie easily from this guy.
Yeah.
Easily. Like, this guy
One the
cannot
one
hold a movie.
the one I'm hedging my bet he's gonna steal the whole movie, and he could easily steal the movie. It's gonna be Colin Farrell.
I thought so. Yeah.
It's gonna be
He
Colin
could
Farrell. Colin,
barely, this dude could barely be in a movie, and you'd be like, well, I'm watching this movie just because of him. He's in it for
yeah.
5 minutes. It's cool. Like, I like this dude. He's cool. Artemis
I
Fowl.
mean,
He's barely in the movie, and I watched it just because of him.
listen. What was it? The sequel to Fantastical Beasts. He was he was the best thing in the whole
Man, they should
movie,
have kept him.
and it was Johnny Depp. I was like, what? Are
I got
you
nothing
kidding
against
me?
Johnny Depp, but
Nothing
Colin
against Johnny Depp,
Farrell was
but Colin Farrell
great.
stole the movie from everybody. He had so much on him. He had the panache. He had the grandeur. He had everything. You put this man in the original, he probably would have stole it from the kids as a bad guy. He would have stolen. He probably would have done better than Oscar Isaac as Draco's dad. He would have been a phenomenal character. He knew what
Wait, that
he
was
had
the
to do.
sequel. That was the first one, bro.
Huh?
That was the first one. He did that. That was the first one. And you find out at the end Johnny Depp was the bad guy. And then the second one, they're manipulating Newt's brother into using his powers to destroy and kill.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
it was the
You're
first
right.
one.
Yeah, the first movie. So if they put him, well, what I'm saying is they put him in the first Potter movies, he probably would have he would have blew everything out of the water. He blew everyone out because he's a
Well,
huge Potter fan. He's a huge
true.
Potter fan.
But the thing is this, though, this storyline is 60 years before
Mm-hmm.
Harry.
Yeah,
So
50 or
my
60.
thing, yeah, it's about 60, I think, because
Yeah,
Dumbledore, he's young.
young
So
as hell.
your theory on that is that how did he get old? Because he stayed young for a long time. Where did he get old? I think he broke the blood bond, and then a target back on him was he aged.
Yeah,
and he stayed alive longer, just long enough to teach the new generation. That's what, because he broke a blood pact, a bond that should have never been broken.
yeah, he broke the blood bond that should never been broken
Yeah,
because of yeah,
because if he didn't, he would probably still be young.
yeah,
So that's that. It
yeah,
is what it is.
yeah. Okay,
I don't.
but yeah, but him playing the Penguin,
It's over. It's the Penguin movie.
yeah,
It's the Penguin movie.
no,
As soon as you
it
put him in a movie, it's over. Like people in that
I'm
movie.
yeah, I truly do think that Paul Dano, who's playing as the Riddler, if they do it right, but we gotta see what type of Riddler we're gonna have. But
I
this
want the
guy
serial
looks like
killer. I
yeah,
want the serial killer.
he has the look of the Riddler. He has the look of a guy that you want to punch in the face numerous times as he's sitting there just keeps shouting out riddles. That's the thing about this dude. He's a great actor. He was in freaking oh my god, the one where was Daniel Day Lewis? The
Uh,
Western.
the one I'm watching right now. There Will Be Blood.
There Will Be Blood. Yes,
I'm
he
watching
was
it
in
right
that.
now.
Yeah, he's in that movie. There Will Be Blood, and how he was acting in that movie was great. You were immersed with his character, and um, if he brings that level of energy into the Riddler and have him as this sadistic bastard that just loves to shut out riddles,
I
and
mean,
he'd be
the way he
great.
died in There Will
There
Be
Will Be
Blood,
Blood. It was
you
funny as hell.
deserved it. You deserved
Yeah,
it. You wanted this freaking kid to die so
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
He deserved every bit of that.
Oh, I agree. I
Like, he
completely agree.
was such a scumbag. And then
Yeah,
he was under the guise of religion. Now, mind you, that's a lot of Americans. I'm
he
gonna throw religion at you, but I'm actually the bad guy.
yeah,
Like,
and
yeah.
and the thing is that Daniel Day's character, he knew it. He's manipulating
The community.
the community through their own religion, through their own
Hmm.
theology. It's like this dude's a scumbag. He's like this guy's a scumbag. So I really that's why I felt that Paul Dano did a really great job. People, and even when before he even got cast, I was watching There Will Be Blood. People made a lot of assertions that he's a great actor. He did a lot of other stuff, but he did a lot of international things like we stuff we haven't been able to see. So, but that movie got me into okay, I can see this guy as the Riddler.
Yeah. I mean, he's not a bad actor.
No, and so but yeah, Colin Farrell is probably going to steal this movie.
No, all
He's
day,
probably
because that kid is nowhere near his caliber, bro.
no,
Nowhere near. He's not a
no.
bad actor, but nowhere near. Like, he just has a face that you want to smash in. Oh, they did that in There Will Be Blood.
Oh yeah, Paul Dano, yeah, but yeah.
Like, you just want him to have his head bashed in. Oh,
So
how much do you like that guy? I don't. As a matter of fact, in real life, I might actually punch him just because.
so we know we're gonna get Firefly. They said we're gonna get Tweedledee Tweedledum, and I'm like, how are we gonna have Tweedledee Tweedledum without the Mad
Um,
Hatter? That makes absolutely no
yeah,
sense to me.
or technically even Joker for that matter,
True.
because they helped Joker too. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
they actually stayed with Joker because they liked him so much.
Well, yeah, because he's a sadistic bastard, and Mad Hatter
So,
was
like,
just a creepy dude. Um.
yeah, they didn't like the Mad Hatter compared to what Joker did. Like, whoa, whoa, Joker's like legit.
So
You're just a fucking peasant next to him. Like, we're
right.
good. We're gonna move on.
That's the reason why I truly do feel that. Listen, I love the Penguin. I think a great doing a great job with him as the singular villain in the whole movie, like they did in Batman Returns, was really great. But I would love for someone to just come in and give us a dark version of Alice in Wonderland with the story of Jervis Tetch and really showcase that this guy is not someone you really want to just gleam over because for a lot of years people gleamed over Scarecrow. They gleamed over Scarecrow. Let's be perfectly honest. People didn't even think Scarecrow was that dangerous. I go,
Man, you know what's
I
funny
I,
too?
I understand, but after Batman Begins, and people started to explain like, no, Scarecrow is probably top three of his most dangerous villains, because he's no joke. He's no joke at all. He does silly things, but he's not a joke. And people started to see that, and I go, you got to see Jervis. Jervis is worse is worse than Scarecrow, and and what was it? Yeah, he was originally he had DID. He believed that he was actually the Mad Hatter,
Hmm.
and he actually went around and killed women with a 44 Magnum, blew their chests open if
Yeah, it
they
was
would
like
have.
Son of Sam
Yeah,
story thing that they were doing to
yeah,
show that, hey, maybe this is how crazy the guy really is.
yeah,
Yeah,
and then
the controversial stuff that they put in comics, especially DC,
oh yeah,
that reflect what was really happening in the 60s and 70s.
no, I agree. I completely agree, and I do think that if they do a really good story with Jervis, actually, you know what they could easily do? Take the blueprint of Joker, and do Mad Hatter off of that, because that
Well,
it would make sense.
it can't be
No, I'm just saying
the
a
Joker that
character
we know
piece.
now. It's got to be like the Joker from like late 70s. It can't be the Joker that we
No,
are
no, no, no,
currently
no,
messing with.
no, no. I'm just saying like the kind of blueprint, like basically you're watching a good guy who just wants to be in love with somebody, keep getting his head kicked in, and all these women keep screwing with him until he finds the right girl, but she's with a dude, and she likes Jervis, she likes him, but
Yeah, and
she
it
doesn't
turns
want to.
into a 1 hour photo situation.
Yeah, it comes into a 1 hour photo situation, and then you have him go down. You have him do the whole Alice in Wonderland storyline. It becomes dark. It's actually at the very end heartbreaking, and you're like, wow, like yeah, this is Jervis. This is what Jervis really is. He's not. He's messed up in the head, but he just wants to find his Alice. That's what he wants. He wants to find
Well,
his Alice, and that's it.
now the thing is this: anybody who's ever original, or if you haven't, and you happen to be listening, the original Alice in Wonderland was written by a psychiatrist who was studying a little girl who was actually a psychopath, and he called
Mm-hmm.
it "Look Through the Looking Glass."
Yeah.
Alice in Wonderland, like, and it turned into just Alice in Wonderland, and they took away all the morbid murder mentality that this little girl had, because I believe she killed a few people, and that's why he was studying her. Like, she was in the asylum, and then he wrote a story about it because she was still young. So that's really uh, Mad Hatter falling in love. It's kind of like what they say about the Joker and Harley Quinn, mad love.
Yeah.
That's what Joker wanted. He wanted somebody that was just as psychotic, and it didn't work out the way he thought. And then Mad Hatter, he is crazy. He's just like schizophrenic, naive. He wants somebody
Mm-hmm.
that's along the lines of his delusions. He's
Yeah.
not going to get that because that's very hard. He wants what Joker has
Pretty
that he'll
much.
never get. And the Joker didn't even have it himself. Honestly, it was one sided. It was Harley Quinn. Joker was, I don't need you. And now with the new girl that he has,
Pun-
apparently
Punchline.
it's a fit for him. Like, oh wow, this actually works. But Harley is too dangerous, and he knows that. And Punchline, they're trying to make it like she could keep up, but that's not true. Harley could put her into mush, turn his pudding into a new pudding.
Right?
Like,
Because
people are
because
sleeping on Harley, man. It's
yeah,
crazy.
you're sleeping on Harley. Now again, they never went back to the fact that Ivy enhanced her immune system.
Made
So
her
yeah,
stupid strong too.
made her super strong, but they never went back to that. So we're just gonna go on the fact that her just having the regular immune system. However, when they remade her storyline, she fell into the same vat of chemicals that made him,
hmm
And when she got out, he was surprised that her skin color changed and her hair color changed, and she was a little bit stronger than what she was beforehand. Like she could lift a mallet over her head and start smashing people over the head with it.
Yeah.
He was like, what? That he was like, huh?
I got a bodyguard.
Yeah,
That was
that's all he
all
saw.
that
He
went
saw
through
her as
his
a
head.
bodyguard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he never truly, and he had to keep her around because she was strong as hell when she went into a psycho mode. Now she has, what is it? She has is it hyperactivity? Like she basically, no, she's actually two personalities. That's what she is. She has two split personalities. She has the regular Harleen, and then there's Harley. They're
Mhm.
both aware of each other because they did in the comic where she actually went into her head. She went into her own head and literally was talking to herself.
Yeah,
And
like she is literally the smile now cry later
yeah,
Harlequin.
yeah,
That's really what that is. The one side's smiling, the other side is kind of sad. The side that's smiling is the psychotic. The one
mm-hmm,
that's sad is the original.
yeah, and but yeah, she's really strong, very agile, and has a pretty dang good durability and endurance. I'm sorry, endurance, not durability, endurance. But it's not enough to take down Batman or anyone of the Bat family. No, she'll get manhandled. But a regular person, oh yeah, dude, she can smash people all over the day. That's why Joker's like, holy crap, like she's very strong.
Yeah, that's why they decided to turn her into a hero now, right? Like she's not
Yeah,
an anti-hero. She's not murdering people, so
nope.
because she
She
wants
has a
to be
city.
along the lines of
Yeah,
Batman now.
yeah, she has her own city. She has her own city that no. She has a apartment complex that's hers, and she's taking care of the people that come in, and they're all. It's kind of like a carnival type of situation,
Hmm.
not carnival, where you have all these misfits and everything. They're all in the place, and she's taking care of them, making sure they're going the straight and narrow, and no
Yeah,
one.
getting people sober and everything like
Yeah,
that, or all
yeah,
mashed their head in.
yeah, she's trying to do stuff like that, and most of her stories are, I hate to say it, they're a lot like Deadpool stories. They're a lot like Deadpool. They're way wacky, and they're just like completely out of sync. And she gets herself into a lot of trouble,
Well,
but she figures out a way to get out
it's
of it. Stuff
okay
like that.
though because
Yeah,
technically she is the female Deadpool, and she came
yeah,
out literally the same year as actual Deadpool,
yeah. So
but in the
again, I have no
cartoon.
problem.
So
I don't have
she
any
is
problem
literally
with
the
it.
female version.
Yeah, I have no problem with it. I have no problem with it. I think that's the best way of doing her stories anyway. You
For
cannot
now,
do,
yeah.
yeah, you cannot really give her a very serious storyline, not unless it's about the Joker, Harley, or it's something pretty personal to her. And other
Like her
than that,
daughter.
I think that's only in Injustice. I think that's only Injustice. They
Oh,
never
okay.
that they have never mentioned it in the regular thing that she had a kid. She has a kid.
You never know, man. They could
I know
throw that at us at any time.
they can easily plop that in. They can easily plop that in because she met Joker when she was like, I mean, early 20s. She anything can happen. But again, they kind of played the fact that she was a budding bisexual anyway. She was a budding
Yeah.
bisexual. So, and that's fine. I have nothing against that. And as long as the story makes sense and it grows with the character instead of shoving it in your face like a pie, I'll be perfectly fine with her being a bisexual, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with and Harley. I'm sorry, not Harley. Ivy, she's she's a woman, but
She's a
she
plant.
she she's part plant,
Yeah.
and two, she has motherly instincts, so she's always gonna have this more female engagement towards things. She doesn't really like men. She really doesn't like men. She doesn't hate a lot of men. She just doesn't like them. So
She will let Batman, Dick Grayson. Oh, definitely Red Hood. So most of the Bat family.
yeah, most of the Bat family.
She's okay with the Bat family.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
as long, but the main thing
if
is,
it
as
came
long
to
as
like
she's,
having a kid, she would probably most likely want it with one of them.
yeah.
Definitely not Bane. She hates Bane.
Oh, she hates
Bane's
Bane.
dead if she gets a chance.
Oh yeah, Bane. I mean, shoot.
If Solomon Grundy was alive, she maybe if he wasn't a zombie monster, maybe.
Right? Maybe.
And she did like him, but the
Yeah.
mafioso version guy, like the one that she unlocked his memory,
Yeah.
and
When
she was
she.
like,
Yeah. Yeah. When she brought him
"What?
back as
You're a
Cyrus
monster."
Gold. Yeah. I know.
Yeah, it's like Mr. Gold. He's like, "What?" Like, oh,
Yeah. Right.
he was basically the mobster was basically Mr. Fix It
Yep.
from Marvel. This
Yeah.
was Hulk when he was gray. He was hanging out with Wolverine when he was called Patch
Yep.
because he punched Wolverine so hard he knocked his eyeball out, and he was so distraught by that that he reverted into Mister Fix It, and him and Wolverine teamed up together. And Wolverine lost some of his memory because of that too. So they decided to help each other. Obviously, Wolverine got his memory back long before Hulk was able to come back to being, the Incredible Hulk.
Right.
But he stayed with him because he didn't want anybody hurting him in any way emotionally, not physically, emotionally, because it was an emotional thing that made him revert that way.
Right.
So that's the opposite with Grundy, where he was Cyrus Gold
Mm-hmm.
and doing his things, and he was a legit gangster. Even Black Mass was like, okay, damn, now what? This
Right.
dude is actually better than I thought. Yeah, because he was a legit gangster from back in the day. That's the story that they went with, and think they kind of kept that though. Like,
They did for a little while because he was supposed to be like almost like the Al Capone of during that time frame. Like he was
yeah,
that good of a gangster. Like he could have took over Gotham with like that if it wasn't for
yeah.
that
To
situation.
be
I think.
compared to Capone, though, I mean, Capone wasn't really that good. He was never a boss of bosses. The boss of bosses was, I guess you could consider Black Mass the Charlie Luciano guy. The boss of
Yeah.
bosses. He takes care of all the mafia. Like nobody can tell him what to do. Not even the original families that were on there because he is the original family. So they sit there and look at Black Mass like, yes, Don. Whatever you ask for, Don. The,
Right.
Sionis, Don Sionis, what do you need? He's like, I need you to jump off this building because I'm tired of looking at you. That's what he is. He's the Charlie Luciano guy because he figured out how to slow down Grundy all day. There was nothing Grundy can do. Like he knew how to manipulate the dark side of the city and gain the money and all that. But Black Mass owned that, and that's how come he was able to keep it. Anyways, that's a whole nother
Yeah.
story. It was about Grundy and Black Mass anyway.
Mask.
So
Yeah. So, but yeah, for this Batman, we got a lot of villains we're gonna be seeing.
that's way
I
too much, and that's like
they
it's
they. I mean, we don't know how he's gonna do it. It could be a lot of these villains could still be in Arkham, and but that doesn't make any sense because this is Batman in his first few years as Batman. So he fought all these villains within the first few years. Jesus Christ,
yeah, it's kind of
it's a little too much.
yeah.
And then I don't know. We got to see. I still think it's too many villains. And then we're hearing that they want to he wants to do Joker at the very end. So like he wants to showcase Joker. So
Well,
uh,
I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
because I've read the novel. The novels that they were coming out with. I didn't even get the other ones. I did. I kept them. I
Hmm.
think I got the Catwoman one. I got the Wonder Woman one. I didn't get the chance to get the Superman one. So I have Batman, Catwoman, and Wonder Woman books.
I mean, which Catwoman one? The one where she
These are
found she finds out her
no,
true
these are
past.
novels. These are novels. These are the stories of actual
Oh, okay, I got you.
writers,
Yeah, I
actual
see what you
novel
mean.
writers writing what they feel about their favorite character.
I got you.
So they have one about Batman becoming who he is when he was 18, him and his friends and everything, and how they were together and what he had to do in order to save them. Him donning a costume for the first time to save his friends from being murdered by a terrorist group, and it was led by a girl that he was kind of infatuated with, but she was just that eeriness about her, kind of like Talia's attitude
Yeah, I
with
was about
like
to say Talia. Yeah.
yeah. So maybe that's what made him. go for Talia a lot because this girl was the first time he's ever run into it. He was infatuated with her in some ways. So I mean, this was a novel. There's no pictures. It's a book. I mean, we do get those sometimes from for Batman and all them, but it was it was not multiple villains. It was a terrorist group, but it was not multiple like super hard to stop type people. It was one group. He figured it out. It was hard for him, but he did it. And but with this movie, that's way too much. You're throwing too much into it. That's like I want buttered, salted caramel chocolate popcorn for my movie theater experience. How the fuck you can eat that? Excuse my language. And then still enjoy the movie. I mean, come on.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's like
I honestly don't know.
you slob.
Let's see. I just don't know. I just don't see how they're gonna do it. I still have a big thing against Zoe as Catwoman. To be perfectly honest, I'm just gonna
I
sit
mean,
back
I
and
don't
wait.
physically. There's a possibility because I mean, look who her stepdad is. I'm sure he helped her train. Uh, but the story, I mean, how are you gonna explain that?
And well, the other thing is that they're talking about this might be a one-off three movies because from what the from what the quote unquote rumors are is they might get married at the end of this movie. Like
Oh,
you,
and that's too quick, man. That's
I know.
wow.
So
They
so we
really
get
don't know what they're doing. Ben, come back. We know you know how to write and direct a movie. Come back,
well,
Ben.
here's the thing. Like I said, it's a one-off. It has nothing to do with the DCEU. Okay, fine. Let Matt Reeves do his movie.
Yeah, don't connect it to the
I
Superman
have
Wonder Woman
faith.
stuff either. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have faith in Matt Reeves. We just gotta see the movie. We gotta see
What
the
was the
movie
last
at
one you did that was interesting?
the third Apes movie.
Oh, I didn't ever watch that one.
You didn't? Oh wow, yeah. Shoot, I think I got it. Yeah, the third Apes
I
movie.
heard it was good. So
No, it
okay.
was phenomenal. He ended it very nicely. And also, oh yeah, we got freaking Andy Serkis as Alfred. That's another person I'll
So
be happy to see.
straight
So
up into that movie. That's why too, because now that you say that he was in his movie.
yeah.
Well, one of his movies. Matt Reeves was a guest on Andy's movie. Let's just get it straight. You were just a guest. You might have directed it, but you're a guest. Let's get it straight. And now you're asking him to be a guest in your vision. Fine, okay.
Whatever.
You're
It's good.
returning. You're returning the favor. All right, cool, got it. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize Andy Serkis is a phenomenal actor. He did this one. Was it Plunkett and something? Oh, it was a
Yeah.
British movie that came out that was really good with
Yeah, I think
Liv Tyler and all that.
so. Okay. The Batman is. It's on my list. I want to see it, but there's some
Not
things
on
in there that
mine.
makes things in there that makes me kind of rear back and just wait. It's a wait movie for me.
When it
And
comes out, I'll be on the ball, having more entertainment, flushing down my bile than watching that movie.
um, Hawk tells it as it is.
Are you gonna watch it? No.
so
Yeah.
okay, so okay, so what was the next one? Um, oh yeah, okay, so this next one, The Flash. The Flash.
I'm so mad that it's gonna be years before we can see that.
It's gonna be next year. No, 2 years.
No, yeah,
2 years.
dude. You said
2022.
2022. Yeah,
Yep.
that's it should have been last year, man. Not last year, but it should have been
This year. This year
yeah, at the end
or
of this
early
year.
next year.
Yeah,
But
last year. They were making it last year, so yeah, it should have been probably holiday season this year, or the first 3 months of next year.
yep. So so what okay, what do you think they're going to do? What do you think they're going to do?
Well. since they were kind of playing with the him going through the Speed Force and telling him the foreboding doom, uh, I think he messed up time, and not on purpose. I think he actually did it by accident, and then just started fiddling with it. And we're probably gonna get a Flashpoint Paradox movie, movies maybe like more than one if it's done right because he's fiddling with time right now.
Hmm.
I mean, how are you going to get a foreboding warning from him as the Flash saying, "It's her. She's the key." Yep, he's playing with time. Barry is playing with time. So yeah, I think he does that, and he probably goes, if I could go like that, maybe if I do this, things will change completely. If I just save my mom, and then bam, it turns
Um.
into a paradox, and we get a whole different story. So yeah,
Hmm.
that's also how
Okay.
you can rewrite Ben as Batman too, though. You do the paradox and it changes him into somebody else, obviously, because it's his dad. No way. It's Thomas Wayne. And he shoots people. What?
Right.
Yeah, right. And the Joker's a woman. What the? Oh, it's
Right.
Bruce's mom. Okay, hold up. It's called a paradox for a reason, bro.
Right.
So yeah, I could see them kind of going that route since they already told us that he's messing with time right now. So yeah,
Well, yes and no. Um, because we know that situation happened in the Nightmare universe, so it was a last measure for them to do. So
yeah,
that could be a possibility. Um, I think that after this cut, when we get Snyder's cut,
we'll know
I
for sure.
think, yeah, we'll
We'll
know
know
for
for
sure.
sure.
But I think they're gonna go with we're gonna get it probably like maybe 2 years later, a few years later, not two, a few years later, and we're gonna get Barry being the Flash, and I think they're gonna do this is gonna be almost stereotypical. It's gonna be almost built how Spider-Man: Homecoming was. Like we're gonna get. No, I
Oh,
know,
dude.
I know. But just hear me out. We're gonna get introductory, how he got his powers, and he's gonna have that internal monologue situation. But we're gonna
Yeah,
get a
he's
lot
always
of
had that
stuff,
though.
huh?
So, he's always had that, so that kind of fits though. Like
Yeah,
he's always thought about things first
yeah.
before anything else.
And we're gonna get some internal monologue. I also think that with Andy Musichelli's style, he's gonna give us a lot about his mom, a lot of that
Yeah,
human interaction between him, his mom, and his dad. So we're definitely gonna see Billy Crudup again as his father, and
what a sad name though to have.
huh?
Billy Crud.
Yeah, Billy Crudup.
He's
Um, we're gonna get him as his dad, and we're gonna get a lot of stuff about that. I also have a huge suspicion that he's gonna introduce Eobard, but he's gonna make Eobard a horror. Like this dude is scary as hell, and that's the
oh,
way
he
I
could
want it.
say he is.
Yeah, and that's the way I think he should be. He should be this ether that's so freaking fast that Barry's like, what the heck am I dealing with? This thing is fast. It's powerful.
He's like, you want to know my secret? I stop time. Huh? Surprise! It's like,
So
what?
what?
You bastard.
So I think we're gonna get a little bit of changes, but I think that Andy is gonna try to give us more of the connection, so we grow with Barry, and I don't think it's gonna be Eobard as his main nemesis. I hope it's not. I hope it's again. I think we talked about this in the last set of videos. I think it should be the Rogues. I think his first enemy should be Captain Cold and Heatwave
Yeah.
to establish himself as the Flash, and then and then and the way I would do it is when they introduce Eobard, he has almost the same exact suit, but it's way more advanced, and he has the face guard. Like you can see his eyes in the same way you see Barry's. Like his suit looks almost dead on like Barry's, but it's a little bit more
Oh,
advanced in certain ways.
you're talking about like
It's
armor thing
yeah,
that
it's armored in certain more
Cap
places.
has.
And you should have the face guard that comes up, like goes, it goes right along his face, like how Optimus Prime's did in Transformers.
Yeah, but you're talking about like the deaf one,
Yeah,
the one that has he shows in his face, and then eventually it just shows the skeletal teeth and all that. So yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that'd be interesting.
Like Eobard is his suit is more advanced than Barry's, but it's almost dead on like Barry's. Like you could see it. It looks almost like Barry's suit, but it's more advanced in certain areas. It doesn't look so rinky dink. You know what I mean? But the thing is that every time Barry upgrades his armor, for some reason Eobard's gets more upgraded.
Hmm.
And you're wondering why, and that's because there's good old quote unquote timey wimeys.
Hmm.
Because you gotta realize that whatever Barry does, Eobard has knowledge of that and says, "Oh, so he made that upgrade. I can make that upgrade." So it just shows that how smart Barry really is. Like Barry was able to make this type of technology and upgrade his suit. Well, Eobard's going to get that level up. It's going to have that upgrade because he already knew about it. Like the dampeners, so when he runs, the electricity doesn't course all over him and starts destroying everything. He can keep it internalized into the armor. So Barry starts to create that. So when he runs, he doesn't start blowing up cars and all this other stuff. So he started to realize that. He starts to realize that. He does some small stuff here and there, but I think that having the Rogues as his main nemesis in the first movie is a lot better than Eobard because you don't want to waste Eobard. You don't want to waste Eobard Thawne. In my honest opinion, you don't want to waste him.
No,
Hold
not
on.
right now.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Yeah, so we have Eobard, and that's what I think is going to happen. I think that Eobard is going to be the there's going to be some stuff Eobard's doing, and he's watching. He's watching to see what Barry does because he knows what Barry did, and he could bring in the whole fact about that he knew what Barry did because of the whole Steppenwolf situation, and he knows what's coming. Like he knows what's coming, and they're not, and he can mention like, oh, they're not going to be ready, and he's going to make sure they're not ready. So he's going to screw with Barry by screwing with everybody else. And it's not like he can. Like he can't. I'm sorry. Like it's not like he can't. Superman is nowhere near as fast as Eobard Thawne,
Oh
and it
no.
does. And on top of that, they've proven in the comics that Eobard Thawne can take on the whole Justice League by himself if he really, really wanted to.
Hmm.
He can. I'm sorry, he can.
Well,
And at this,
he's just worried about Batman. That's all.
well, not even Batman. If
No,
Batman,
he's always worried about him because he's smarter.
well, no, no.
So
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. He confronted him in the Button. It beat the living snot out of him. He just ran in and just beat the living crap out of him. He wasn't prepared. So
that,
now,
but here's the problem though. Once Bruce figures out what's going on, he will stay away from him. He's like, nope. Now he knows what's going to happen. So let me not mess with him right now.
yeah, Batman will never, never, ever go against Eobard Thawne unless he knew,
Unprepared.
unless
Yeah.
he has some type of backup plan.
Yep. Because
So
he knows
so
how to kill the Flash, so he would learn how to kill him too.
so
So Ebert's not stupid. He can mess with them once, and he's like, well, that was the only chance I had. Damn, I gotta go.
yeah, I'm out. So the thing with, but if we take that in the movies, it would be a lot easier because this version of Bruce wouldn't know anything about freaking Eobard Thawne.
Yeah, you can smack him around all day, and he's like, okay, what happened? What is this? What's a Flash?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Eobard Thawne will mess the whole Justice League up by himself. He'll have no problems because none of them know how freaking fast Barry really is. They all think that, oh yeah, Superman can keep up with him. Nope. That's a that. Nope, 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 nope. Because that version
That's
of
Barry
Barry,
being nice.
well, not even that. Barry doesn't know jack squat right now. Versus the professor of speed, the guy who studied every version, studied everything about the Flash, studied everything about the what he could do with his speed, mastered his own speed. No, dude, no. Superman will get completely burnt. He'll get completely burnt, and he'll be lucky if Eobard tries to do the Megaton punch. He'll knock Superman for a loop. He'll knock him off the planet. So I mean, there's a lot of things he can do. Eobard Thawne is very, 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 very powerful. It's been proven. So he could take out the Justice League. He just doesn't want to. He's just screwing with the Justice League just to screw with Barry to keep Barry off his toes, so he can get away with his
Yep.
plan. So I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. But I still do believe that. I mean, heck, I would love for the second movie to be about Grodd. That'd be great. Grodd can hold the movie by himself
Yeah,
easily.
he's by far one of my favorite Flash villains.
Yeah, he's very, very powerful, and you could do it where it's all in Barry's head.
Because
It's all in
Grodd knows
Barry's
how to
head.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah, but and showcase that Grodd is that powerful of the mind, but the one thing about any speedster is they can speed up their brains. That's why Barry speaks very, very fast. His mind keeps moving constantly. Well, what Grodd can do is hit him, get into his head, and slow everything down and make it look like it's a dream. But when Barry starts to learn that, hey, wait a minute, this is not right, and starts moving fast, oh Jesus, there's nothing Grodd can do about it because the moment their mind moves at like billions of seconds, Grodd can't keep that pinned. He can't. His brain doesn't work that fast. No matter how powerful of a psychic he is, he can't do that. It's impossible. But I think that Grodd can hold the movie by himself. He could be very, very powerful. But I would love the first movie to be about the Rogues and give us an
Yeah.
introduction and give us an introduction to that Eobard is around, but he's not doing anything. He's just
Well, I mean
watching.
that's what I mentioned in the one of the last ones that we did was exactly that. Like I just feel that it has to be that way. It should be that way. But the
Yeah,
way it can end up going is the Flashpoint situation because of him playing with time a little bit in
something gets messed
Justice
up.
League.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something gets messed up. Yeah. Um.
I stepped on a fly and now time is off.
Yeah. Right. I'm still gonna fly, and dinosaurs are back. What the hell happened?
Hey, wasn't that from Sound of Thunder? Yeah, but it was a butterfly though. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Like
Right.
a bug's a bug. It changed the whole ecosystem really now.
That's why I love that Simpsons episode. That Simpsons Halloween.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Mosquito, you go squish now. And he freaking killed all. He sneezed on the dinosaur and the dinosaur died.
I know, right? Like Corona, ha ha ha.
All
It's like
right, Corona killed the dinosaurs. Oh no. I'll be like,
it-
wow, dude, that's messed up. So,
dang.
so,
That's sad.
so I don't know what we're gonna get out of that. I'm hoping that we get something really good. I have faith in Andy, and even though Christina Hodson did write Birds of Prey, she did do Bumblebee. She's not a bad writer. She's not bad. So
No, but Birds of Prey was trash. Bumblebee
Birds
wasn't.
of Prey was
So
trash. So I'm willing to give her an opportunity because again, Andy
maybe the
Musichelli is
next
not.
one will be good.
Yeah. So I
She had
think
a
that
good one, a
Andy.
bad one. Now hopefully a good one.
Yeah. So I'm just hoping that Andy will keep that type of stuff out of it, and he's one of those types that he gives me the feeling that he's one of those types where he wants to make sure the story fits into this type of a narrative, not fits into this type of story narrative, not this grandeur narrative.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like it's going on a tangent. He wants to make sure that the story is there and it's tight and concise. Because again, I love the first It. The second It was really good. That third act just kind of went a little off the rails because I think he was trying to follow the book.
Yeah.
He was trying to follow the book, and the book I didn't. I hope that didn't. I'm wondering that's what happened in the book. If that happened in the book, it's like you should have changed that, bro. You should have had it where they just killed the bug and ran in and just ripped its heart out or something. That'd have been great. I mean, rip its heart out and it
Well,
died. Done. So we have to
yeah, it's
see,
definitely not part of the book though, because knowing Stephen King, that's not what happened.
right? Um, so we have to see. We have to see how they do this, and but I have faith in Andy Musichelli, like I have faith in Matt Reeves about this. So, but let's move on. The final one before we tie this all up. Aquaman 2,
Oh, that's
and
gonna be another few years, right?
it's going around about the same year as the Flash, so we gotta wait a couple of years.
God, man, and that
But
should have
here's
came
the
out
no.
in
Here's the
21.
thing. Here's the thing. I'm glad it's taking time because of Amber Heard, the whole Amber Heard situation,
Yeah, recast her. You could put Jessica Chastain. You're done.
right? Oh
Natural
God.
redhead. Moving on. All right.
Oh God. So, um, I think this one. Okay, actually, I want to hear what you think. What do you think they're gonna do? What do you think they're gonna do?
I think that he and Orm are actually gonna talk because the way they ended it. So they're actually gonna talk and try to work things out.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing how James Wan is, that's not gonna work, bro. Black Manta and the Asian conspiracy theorist scientists are
Mm-hmm.
gonna mess things up, dude. So that's gonna happen. He's probably gonna end up in a bad situation with Mira's family and
Oh, we're gonna see
being who
Dolph
her
again.
father is. Yeah, oh yeah, dude, we're definitely probably gonna see him because remember they ended up in headbutting a
Oh
few
yeah.
times. Like they ate each other at some point.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I only leave you alone because of my daughter or whatever. That was his attitude. Over time, he was like, yeah, nah, you're the ruler of everything. Sorry, bro. I
Yeah.
didn't mean to
Yeah. But
challenge you anymore. Whoops.
nope. Even though
But
Aquaman will turn his head into a fucking mush, but hey, whatever.
yeah, but I mean, they were at odds for a little bit, so maybe
Uh.
something with Black Manta manipulating things and and then he ends up turning against him and his brother because he feels like, oh, did my brother manipulate it again? So he's kind of blinded by it because he doesn't really know his brother, and he should have just
Mm-hmm.
listened, but it didn't work out that way. So I think that those scenarios are going to happen because Aquaman honestly doesn't have that many villains that you got to really stress on.
No.
Maybe King Shark, but that's kind of not his villain though. That's a
Well,
Flash villain, so it's kind of like, damn, like he doesn't really have much. He had a lot
um.
of environmental stuff in his comics. Remember how that was for a while?
Yeah.
Oh,
But you
I'm
also
cleaning up this and that.
but in the later stuff they did a lot of internal almost Game of Thrones type of situation
Yeah, I mean that's
in
what I'm saying.
Atlantis. So
He doesn't have like Superman has a ton of villains, Batman has a ton of villains, but with Aquaman being that he's technically an outsider, but he's also a part of everything, and he is half Atlantean. But they see him. So in Japan, they have a racist term where they call half Japanese children half castes, and it's a very sad thing because people are talking about racism here in America. It's really bad in Japan, like very bad. So they're called half caste. So there was a band that did they're called Cold Rain, and he did a song called Side Effects, and he's talking about that. This is currently now going on. So when people are like, "Oh, why are we still in the racism and all this other stuff?" Because it's always been there. It's systematic. It's systematic. It's so hard to get rid of that. You would literally have to change the way the government runs. You would have to change how the laws allow them to be like that. So the song was about that, and this is what Aquaman is technically going through. He's what they would consider a half breed, half caste, or whatever. That's what he's going through. And you can listen to the song later. It's actually a really good song because he only sings in English
hmm
because he's half Japanese. So, but he was talking about you're building borders. All we want is a bridge. We didn't
yeah.
ask for your love. We didn't ask for your hate. It, The song is actually, if you really listen to it, it's very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
but I mean, racism is a serious thing, and that's what Aquaman really dealt with. His real enemy was racism against the fact that he was mixed. So, and everybody hated on, oh, he talks to fish. No, he had to deal with racism because of what he is. And then, oh, you're going to breed and you're going to give us more mongrels. And that was the attitude of the Atlantean people. You know how hard it is to be a king and listen to that and not want to kill them, knowing that you're strong enough to destroy these people, but at the
Right.
same time still hate human race too? Man, this guy has it hard.
Right.
Yeah, because the
And he
human
and
race
he
is what
and
killed his
he had
dad.
well, and also he has to be the bridge between both those peoples. He has to
But
be.
that's
But
funny. That's why I mentioned the song.
mhm.
You're building borders. All we want is a bridge. That's what Aquaman is trying to do. I'm just trying to connect the two worlds. You want to build a wall while we were trying to build a bridge so we can connect and help each other. And you don't want to do that because why? The humans killed his father. That made him angry and hate the human race for quite a while. And then the more of the eternal stuff with
Mhm.
the outsider killing his son. Like this kind of this poor guy really hates the humans, but at the same time he hates his own people. So he's having a really tough time trying to battle the true enemy. That is his true nemesis, racism and prejudice. Those are his enemies. Those are his rogues. Internal strife.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
Like Black
So
Manta and his brother are bad and everything, but his true enemy is eternal strife, having to deal with the emotions of what he has to do with his own life.
okay. I can see that as a sub story.
Yeah, I mean it is
No, I'm
a
sorry,
sub
not a sub
story,
story.
but
I'm not. I'm
but
not. No, 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 no. That's the worst way. That's. I would see that as
it's
a
over the
long reigning.
long
Yeah,
haul. Yeah,
yeah. It should be something that's consistently going on inside of the storylines because
yeah, it
we
have to.
it has to. That makes sense. Um.
It's a
I
subtext. You mean like it's
Yeah. There we go.
a small
Subtext.
part of it,
Yeah.
subtext.
It's there. It's apparent, but it's
But you
something
don't
he.
notice it until unless you're somebody like me who is analytical and always sees stuff like that. Like when I watched Planet Apes when I was a kid, man, did I know that movie was racist. Matter of fact, I told you years ago before the new remakes, right? I was like,
Mhm.
watch the old ones. Watch
No, I
how
will.
racist that movie is. And you
I
watch it,
know.
you're like, bro, I could not finish those movies. I was like, I know. Super racist. I cannot. I explained that to quite a few of my friends who are black. It's like, oh, the original Planet of the Apes weren't bad. I was like, really now? Are you sure about that? Let me explain what that movie really is. It's the subtext of the messages that they used to throw in movies and their stories. The original Planet of the Apes were incredibly racist. So anybody who likes that and you happen to be of a colored culture like myself, like Darkseid Elite,
Mhm.
being a mixed person or a black person or just straight up, Spanish Asian doesn't matter. Those type of movies back in the day were rough, man. Like if you didn't know it when you were a kid, or if you were like myself and was just movies with your babysitter and you learned a lot of like heinous things that happen, and it's rough. Those stories are rough. Like they're not meant for kids to watch and enjoy. I would never show that movie to my kids. Never. Like those movies are done. They're dead to me. Like because they've always been like that.
All right.
Just the '70s, man. The '70s were rough.
Let me see. So, how would I do it? What would I think is going? What they're gonna do? I think that they're going to have it where he's just starting to get his kingdom in line. So I'm thinking it's gonna be a few years, and we're gonna hear about the different cults, and he has to work with all of them, and they're gonna give us an understanding that, the tribe from the school. Then we have the the high elites, and then we're gonna talk about the lowers, and they're gonna give us so much about what's going on, because the first movie they really kind of touched it, but they didn't touch it. And then on top of that, we got some of the racism that Hawk was talking about, but they really didn't add on to it. It was just more of the negativity that Orm was throwing at Arthur, because he
Hmm.
was because of the because of the anger that Orm had over the fact that his mother died, just because she had a half breed child.
Well, I mean,
So
the first kid, but also the movie is completely different from the comic. Orm
yeah,
in the comic killed his mom so he can gain the throne before his brother showed up because he found out
yeah,
about his brother. He
yep,
was older.
yep,
So he killed him so he could take the throne before he showed up so he can challenge him,
yep,
make him suffer.
yep. Um, I personally believe, and my gut is, they're gonna go the route where Orm is not gonna be his main bad guy. He's not. They're gonna make him try to become, um,
Maybe
like
an
his
advisor.
like they're an advisor. Yes, thank you, an
Yeah.
advisor for him. So basically, on the terms of, because everyone's got to realize something. Arthur is one of those types that he always has to have viziers and other people to help him while he's doing his kingdom down in Atlantis. But when he goes over the surface world, he's the ambassador. No other Atlanteans go with him. Not many, except in some occasions maybe Orm or Mira. So I personally believe that they're not gonna make no make any problems between Orm and Arthur. Like, they're gonna just settle it, because if you look at the end of the first movie, when his mother showed up, Orm was shocked, and he dropped and everything and he just became helpless. Like, he became almost like a little kid again, right in front of her. Like, and she hugged him and everything else. And he said, "Hey, take him in chains." And he told her up to his face, "Hey, when, when you want to, let's talk. That's all
Yeah.
you want to do. Let's just talk." And you can see him look at him, and he kind of nodded, like, okay, he'll talk, like he's willing to talk. So
Yeah,
I don't
because he's
think,
like, well, you are my brother, damn it. Damn.
yeah.
And you
So
brought my
I,
mom back, so, you know,
yeah. So I don't think that he's gonna be another antagonist for him right now. What I do believe is, and I talked to Hawk, not during a podcast with this, but I think that everything that they were gonna do with that they could do with Orem, they're gonna focus that all on with Black Manta.
yeah.
So I think that by his parents being alive, I think Black Manta is gonna kill him. I think they're gonna, if James Wan does it right, and I personally hope that someone would take this little bit of it and show it maybe to James Wan. But here's an idea: have Black Manta put both his mother and father in the same situation that his father was in. And I understand how you feel about it, Hawk. I understand how you
Uh,
feel about it. But put him in that same situation, and he's begging him to help him. And he goes, "Why should I help you? Let the
let the
let the
ocean
tides
decide.
let the tides determine their fate." And it's emotionally impactful for him. He's sitting there going, "Are you kidding me?" And he is and it's and this is a throwback to the speech, the talk that he had with Mira, that I created this guy. I created him I because I did something wrong. I should have just saved his dad. Maybe that could have saved everything. And now, because I didn't do that, I created an enemy that had the power to kill me and harm you. So this is all coming back to bite him in the head. I mean, bite him in the ass, and he has to watch his mother and father die in front of him because he couldn't save them. He couldn't save them. It was either this or that. And when that happens, he has to go back to Orem, and Orem is angry as hell, but it's kind of focused towards Arthur, but it's more focused in on himself, because again, he helped create this guy. He helped create Black Manta. He gave him the Atlantean technology to create his suit. So I personally believe that 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 that's how they're going to do it. They're going to make Black Manta the most dangerous adversary for him, even though he had a lot of other dangerous adversaries. He had Orm is a pretty dangerous dude. He had with that trident, not Arthur's trident, but with another trident, he was able to command the seas. He was able to command. He was able to make
Yeah, that's why he calls
typhoons.
himself Ocean
Yeah, that's why I call
Master.
himself Ocean Master. He was very, very powerful with it. But a physical battle, nope. He had to run. He had to run. He goes,
He's like, oh,
no.
he's gonna smush me.
Yeah,
I'm done.
my head will be a grape. That's pretty much what he thought. My head is
Well,
a grape.
now in the comics, he's Ocean Master is a bad guy completely, not a
Yeah,
good guy. Like he can't be redeemed. It's too
yeah.
late. Like
So
he did way too much to ever be forgiven. Unlike
no,
Loki and Thor, I mean, Loki could have been redeemed if he didn't kill Odin. And then that once he did that, that was over. Thor was like, "Well, time to smash you."
yeah, right. So that's what I think. I think that they're gonna mount up so much stuff, and they're gonna cause a civil war. I think that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna cause a civil war. I think that Black Manta is gonna do a lot of whispering to the lowers, and everyone's got to remember something. Black Manta is not stupid. His father and his grandfather, they were they were frogmen. They knew how to swim. They knew how to swim better than any human on the planet. And I love that scene where his father told him, "My father was one of the frogmen in World War II, and they did everything underneath the water. Everything. He took out a lot of Nazi bases because he went underneath the water and he was down there for so long. They thought that he had lungs of. He thought they thought that he had lungs down there, and he did a lot of dark black op missions. So he came. So he did a lot of damage, and that's why they called him the Manta. And I love that. I was like, wow, they gave us a good understanding of how good of a swimmer that family really is, that they're not stupid. So I think that if you give it a good long pace, you could show that Black Manta's been going down to Atlantis and learning how to get into Atlantis with ease because the people of the lower, they had to make exits in and out of Atlantis.
Yeah,
So they wouldn't be caught. So he probably saw that and used that as a way in and started doing a lot of whispering to the others to get them to rebel against Arthur, even though Arthur is doing everything he can to fix what his brother messed up on, and then having his brother as an advisor to him is probably another to them as a stab in the back, because they're like, this guy caused a war that almost destroyed us. No way. So there's a lot of things they could do with that. I think there's going to be a lot of internal strife going on in that movie, and Arthur having to deal with that. And also, I think it's Black Manta doing a lot of his own things to get it all set up, so the whole Kingdom of Atlantis would fall around Arthur, and he could kill him afterwards when everything he's trying to build is completely laid to waste. But when his major plan wasn't in fruition, he decides to say, okay, well, I'm just going to kill his mom and dad. And it completely breaks his heart. And he talks to Orm, and Orm is just devastated about it because now his mother's legitimately dead.
yeah, and it's
His,
his fault.
and it's his fault. Arthur thinks he's going to blame him, but it's not him. He's kind of diverting the blame because he felt that Arthur should have been able to do it, but he also feels more on him because he gave Black
The
Manta all this
technology,
weapon,
yeah.
the
But it's
technology.
weird because in a way it's both their faults, but
Yeah.
the more so is because Orm gave them the technology they shouldn't have had.
Yep.
But Arthur technically didn't have to save his dad. You're a scumbag. Why?
I know.
Why?
I
Like
know.
I have a legitimate reason why not to save you. You're going to kill people that are innocent. You can die. Like it's okay. I'm gonna go now. His reasoning, not really something that you could blame yourself on because you have legitimate reason to go. No, you save him. Like you guys caused this problem. I just didn't want you throwing nukes at people for no reason. See ya. And then with Orm, that's completely his fault. That is completely his fault. Arthur has some redeeming factors to that. Hey man, I'm just trying to be a good guy. You guys are just scumbags. And with that, I'm out. That was it.
Yeah,
He's
I
like, I'm
understand.
going
Like I
back to
said,
drink with my pops.
so
Like,
so and I think that we're not gonna see uh King King Irmin. I think that's his
here,
name.
yes, yes,
I don't think we're gonna see him in this movie. More in the fact is they want to keep it more in with Arthur trying to rebuild Atlantis after what
with
was going
Orm,
on with
yeah,
Orm.
and
So
the new Mira.
yeah, yeah, the new mirror. So we're gonna see how that unfolds. In my personal opinion, I think we're gonna see, I think that they're gonna try to build up Black Manta more, and I think they're gonna get more
Well, you
into
have
the
to. I mean, that is
yeah
his main villain, dude. That that,
yeah
that dude is the cockroach of villains, next to the Joker.
right
Next to the Joker. Like, don't get it twisted. The Joker is the king cockroach.
right
But the next in line, I would say Black Manta, and then
yeah
after that, I would say, Reverse Flash.
yeah yeah.
Like, they're the cockroach of villains.
I
It's-
actually, I will put freaking Reverse Flash ahead of the Joker. Main the fact is that you
oh
can't kill
yeah,
him
because
because
the
that dude
time travel
he
thing. Yeah,
time
yeah,
travel thing that you don't know which version of Eobard that is.
it's like,
So
wait,
yeah,
what?
that fool's
Is it the
always
more
gonna be
violent
there.
one? Hey, Wally, which one is this? I don't care. Kill him. Kill him. He's like, but I'm Barry. I don't care. Kill him. It's like, it's Reverse Flash. Kill that motherfucker. Oh, excuse me, language.
I know, right? So I mean, um, but I think they're gonna build the family portion of it with Orm and Arthur. I don't think they're gonna have that much. They're not gonna have much problems. But when we get to, but I think I do believe in this movie they want to do it right. Orm comes clean to Arthur about what about Black Manta, that he gave him this technology, and it actually makes Arthur really not angry but very disappointed, like very disappointed, and um more on the fact that his brother inadvertently is the reason why our mother is dead
Yep.
and the reason why my dad is dead.
But Arthur's not gonna do that though. He's like, dude,
No, I think he's
yeah,
gonna be disappointed, and he's gonna look at it, but with like
I need your help.
no. I think it's gonna be more a fact of that. What is that? He's gonna look at him as he's disappointed in him. He's very disappointed in him that he told everybody that he's changed. That he's thinking of the future of Atlantis. He's with him and all this and that. But now Arthur can't keep this secret because of Volko. Volko will tell him like anything that he gonna tell him, you cannot keep this to yourself. If you keep
Hmm.
this to yourself and the people find out, everything that you're building right now is done. It's done. You can the people at their angriest will forgive you if they know all the truth. But
Hmm.
the thing is that Black Manta's been building this up for the past few years. Of the stuff that Arthur's been trying to do. And like let's say greatest way you could say it is if you want to go back to BVS, the whole thing that happened with that poor guy who lost his legs and Bruce was giving him money, but for some reason he wasn't getting the money. And Bruce was like, "How the hell did I not know this?" He was pissed, saying he
Yeah,
can
that
go
was
for this.
messed up.
That was messed up. Um, that's what Black Man has been doing. He's been circumnavigating any money, funds, food, anything like actually resources to them to build themselves up. He's been taking it, and it's been pissing people off. Like, hey, wait a minute, why are you guys still eating steaks while we're here eating crackers? What the heck is that about, bro? You know, what's that about, fish man? So they're
Yeah,
getting pissed.
seaweed.
Yeah, right.
I remember being Japanese there, buddy.
Yeah, right. So
Seaweed chips are not my friend.
yeah. So I think that I would love to see them do that, and it's all part of Black Manta's plan to 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 uproot the commoners against Arthur, because he knows that there's more of them than there are of the royal families. So they'll easily rise up, and there's
Well,
a and there's a and it could start a civil war. So
well,
if they do that,
also
it'd be really
Arthur still
cool.
got so freaking strong, dude. He could kill these people. He
Yeah,
could
he
sneeze
could.
and kill these people. They know
He
that.
can.
They now they know that. Before they're thinking, ha ha ha, what? Oh, nope, nope. He's a fish man on steroids.
Right.
Damn, this
But
is not cool.
but again, you think they really want to sit under a rule that's not really looking out for the people, and they don't know that. But again, it's just one of those things. Of those machinations, if they do it right, it can make sense, and it can really build up the story of Arthur trying to rebuild, trying to build that bridge, not just between the water breathers to the air breathers. It's more of building the bridges between his own people, and is now being completely shattered because of what Black Manta did. And Black Manta's sitting in the back, just sitting there chuckling to himself, going, it's almost there. It's almost ripe for him to take his revenge. And that'll be great. So he doesn't have to have a singular villain in it. It's just a big, gigantic story, arcing story, where it's all about the circumstances of what happened in the first movie.
I mean,
But,
that's a
but,
good
but,
way to do it, but
yeah,
we're not writing it, so yeah.
yeah. So I mean that's what I would probably do, and then we change Mira up and get another natural get a natural redhead. So, and I don't want Jessica Chastain. Oh my God,
No, I
no.
know. I just said that because she would
she
technically be better though.
she
But I don't like her as an actress.
get Illa Fisher. She's naturally a redhead. She's not that bad looking.
What's her name? Isla Fisher, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yep. Go get
Oh, the
her.
one married to the weird guy, Borat.
I don't care. As long as he's not in the movie, I'm great. Just have
Yeah.
her.
Oh
It's
yeah.
fine.
Please don't put that guy in any more movies ever.
Ever.
I mean, well, they put him in Through the Looking Glass, the Tim Burton movie, and he actually wasn't bad character, but
No, he wasn't that bad.
I just don't like this dude. And ever since that Borat stuff and the Ali G stuff, and it's just no, this guy is just straight trash. It's like he didn't want to showcase that he was a good actor at all, which is too bad.
Right? So, yeah, those are some of the movies. I mean, we have a few others. Um,
Oh, side note, not a comic book movie, but a superhero type movie. You see the trailer for the new Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie for Netflix?
I heard. I think you showed me that. I have not heard about it yet, but I'll check out the trailer.
Yeah, you take a pill and you get a power for 5 minutes, and you won't know what your power is until you take the pill.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah. So, but you can also die for the first time on the pill too.
Huh. Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I still would love to see a Greatest American Hero. That'd be great.
What, a remake?
A remake. I would love to see that. With today's technology, you can make it look even more corny. Literally, you can make it even more corny. The only thing is how you gonna replace Robert Culp? How you gonna replace
America's
that guy?
Greatest Hero?
Yeah,
You oh the FBI agent.
yeah,
Yeah, I was like William Catt as the teacher hero.
yep. All you gotta do
Yeah,
is
my
get a
dad
score.
actually. You know what's funny? My dad actually looks kind of like him. I'm serious.
Oh boy.
Yeah, except taller.
Right.
And he sounds like
Wow.
Elvis. My
Oh
dad
wow.
sounds like Elvis too. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
But
Yeah, I
yeah,
guess it's the genetics of being half Irish and Cherokee. I guess I don't know.
so but yeah, I mean, I would love to see a Greatest American Hero remake, not a not a TV show. I
No,
want
or if you do Netflix, it's fine because they've
no
been
what
getting away with some pretty decent stuff on
I
Netflix.
know the thing I want first is give me a movie. Give
Yeah,
me a movie. Give me a Netflix original movie, and if it's really good, all those actors put them in the TV show, our TV show. No 30 minute
trying to
and
think
get
of an actor that'd be good for
and
that.
10 episodes. And 10 episodes. You don't need a lot for a season.
Yeah.
Because all you got to do is just give him the suit, and the first thing in the first season is it's him trying to get understand the suit, but he lost the freaking instructions from the aliens. And you have the FBI agent come in,
Why didn't you
and
choose me?
yeah, right. And then you go through some storyline between those two, but then he's saying, okay, well, it's your suit now. Then we're gonna use that to save people. Or you have it where it's kind of like the fugitive, like his character doesn't help him. He's sitting there trying to find him to stop him to figure out what the hell's going on, and you have that for
Uh,
almost the whole season.
no, that'd be too hard to watch though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that would make it too hard to watch. It would actually ruin the show. It's a good idea, but because there's going to be too many nostalgic fans, especially if it's something that's on Netflix, yeah, it would ruin it because there's too many people like us who grew up watching that original. That's too much liberty, dude. that, that that's a
Well, no, no, no. What
huge
I'm
show.
saying is, no.
You
What I'm saying
should
is not.
now wait. What you could do is they're trying to help each other, and they make a season where they both end up being fugitives because they were inadvertently caught doing certain things that are technically illegal. Because that happened a lot in the show. They did do quite a few illegal things, and he would talk about it like it was Jiminy Cricket. But since I'm an FBI agent, I think I could circumvent it. Like that was the attitude a lot on the show. Maybe get them
Yeah,
both in trouble, and they're trying to run away from things. That will make more sense because he was there with him when he got the abilities, when he
yeah.
got the suit. So just still keep that, but then make it where they both are in trouble. Because who's to say FBI agents don't get, in trouble? They do. I'm sure there's some that are being hunted down right now. They're just not on the news.
How would you feel about like a secret organization?
Or something like that, yeah. Like, because we didn't have that before, so that's a good thing you can do. Where like they're hunting them down, and they want the power for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it makes sense. But like
And they're
the
getting they're getting semi understanding, and then they're able to construct their own suit.
Yeah,
That'd be
well,
interesting.
here's the thing too. Like, there's a perfect actor that is goofy enough, who loves comics, who grew up the way we did, and he's goofy enough. Seth Rogen. He's goofy enough to pull off the. I was just a teacher. I don't want to be a superhero. He can pull that off,
Yeah,
and
give himself in good shape. Yeah.
yeah, he have him drop a little bit of weight, and then
Mm-hmm.
just get in decent enough shape where he can do some physical stuff.
Yeah.
He's funny. I don't hate the guy. There's some movies he does. Some Green Hornet wasn't too bad. So
No,
you
Green
can
Hornet
have him
wasn't
play this
bad. Only
character.
did the no Green Hornet wasn't bad because he actually
Dude,
loved
and
the
he
fucking
did the
Green
Preacher
Hornet.
show. He was the showrunner for Preacher, and that lasted what, 4 seasons? That's pretty
Yeah.
good for somebody who's never done that before.
Right.
And then the FBI agent, you could probably have like, oh, what would make it amazing? I don't know if you'll do it, but he does do independent stuff. Liam Neeson, bro. that,
Dude, most people
that
watch it just because of him. They want to see if he can kick everyone's ass. So why not?
Yeah, him as FBI agent going, hey, wait, I'm actually a good guy. This guy just pushes pencils all day. What the?
Right.
He's like, I will
Who
find
now
you.
now who would you get now who would you get to play the wife or the girlfriend?
Knowing Seth, well, no, no, no. You could probably diverse it a little. You gotta get it like, a Spanish actress or, just anybody that makes maybe diverse it because it's a new time now. Like somebody that maybe believes that you can believe that would stand by him no matter what.
Yeah, that, and also I don't want her to be this gigantic badass. I don't want her to be, and I also don't want
No.
to be a damsel in distress. I just want her to be there to be an emotional anchor for him,
Mm,
that so he doesn't get himself killed. And then you have just how the Stephanie chick was, just like how she was in the show. She wasn't she was
she was very
sometimes
supportive.
she was very supportive of him. She doesn't want him to get killed, but she also doesn't want him to feel like she's the reason why he doesn't want to be a hero. Like,
Yeah.
she doesn't want to do that to him. She wants him to be able to live his own life, but she doesn't want him to get killed. And then I think that's one of the also main reasons why she told the FBI agent to stick with him, because she doesn't want him to die. And he's highly trained,
Yep. Supposedly.
right?
But yeah, that somebody doesn't have to be a white actress. It could be somebody diverse. Come on.
It's fine. Because again, I just don't want her to be a badass, because the one thing they do is they try to make him diverse, and then they try to make him this badass that, oh, she can handle herself. But even in the original TV show, she was in there, but she really didn't do anything. She basically was just there to be an anchor for William Katt's character, so she wouldn't go off the freaking chain. And then on top of that, in some of the occasions where she was the damsel in distress, it made sense because she kind of slipped on the banana peel, got in the middle of this. Instead of what, like sometimes it was like against a gang of mercenaries or gangs. So she got herself in the middle of it, but then both of the guys took care of it. But I just don't want her to be this one that comes in here and goes, "Well, I know how to take care of myself." Starts flipping and throwing people all over the place. I'm like, then why does this guy have the suit? Give her the suit. It's like
Yeah.
you don't want to do that. It's meant to be a good comedy to show that this guy who's completely inept, has barely any training, and he's being this hero in a suit and he can barely fly, and he can't even fly.
Yeah.
That's one of
Without
the biggest.
holding something.
Yeah, right. Until way later, he finally learns how to fly.
Yeah, but that's when he got careless and showed off his powers in front of people when he was supposed to,
Right. Kind of
and
did the
they
kind of
took the
did a
power from
Shazam.
him.
Yeah, kind of did a
Yeah,
Shazam. Lightning, lightning from my hands. That was great, dude.
yeah, I like that. I do like that. Well, yeah, I mean, it's got to be somebody that you could believe could support him and stuff. But
Yeah.
like I said, it doesn't have to be a white actress.
No,
It-
doesn't have to be.
Give us some flavor, people. Some flavor.
Yeah. But also just I would say just keep in mind the fact that it's a comedy, so the comedy
It's got to be somebody
portion,
that can have good timing.
good timing, and also again, we want her to be supportive, but not be a complete badass like she knows Taibo or something like that, just to throw a comedy routine. It's like, dude, what the hell is that? That makes absolutely no sense. Just make her she's I forgot what, I think she was like a secretary or something like that. She wasn't that big. She didn't have that much of a big thing going on. So just make her like a secretary or something of a corporation, and she lost her job, and she went because she was always gone with her husband, and her husband freaking lost his job or something like that. You could do a lot of things. There's a lot of things you can do. All right, well that was our tangent of the freaking of the of the video. So we're gonna
Yeah.
leave it at that. Again, this is one of those podcasts I wanted to do a what if, because there's not much going on out there in the story biz, and especially a lot of the stuff that's coming out like we were talking about. Just some small rumblings here and there, and of course about the Snyder Cut, but it's not very much. It's just still rumors, and I don't want to talk about rumors unless I hear something bigger going on, and then I give my personal opinion, and of course add Hawk into the situation, get his opinion. So we're gonna leave it at that. Like, comment, share, subscribe down below, hit the bell. We're gonna try to get this video out as soon as possible. Again, this is our Monday shows, and again, leave us some comments, like what type of stuff you want us to do. I know one of our viewers was asking about a more what if about are we gonna see a red hood in the DCEU. We will definitely talk about something like that, because I know me and Hawk can go about that for almost like an hour and a half just on that topic alone. We love that series. We love that whole arc, and there's a lot of stuff they can do. but I don't want anybody touching that other than Ben, because Ben
Yeah.
has more sensibilities and greater understanding of that story than anybody that I've seen yet. I think that even I think the only person I can think of that can definitely handle it is maybe Zach. Um, and I think also maybe even Nolan, but Nolan's more psychological. He does a lot.
Yeah, dude, Memento, bro.
Yeah, he does a lot more mental stuff than a deep rooted story. He does a lot more like he gets in your head and makes you think about it. So a Red Hood movie would be very
Oh,
low for him.
Michael Mann. Michael Mann.
Yeah, Michael Mann can do it. Yeah, Michael
He
Mann
does
can
the
definitely do it.
psychological super action type stuff. Michael
Oh
Mann
yeah,
would definitely.
yeah, I can see him doing that.
Well,
Yeah,
no, or his protege, Peter Berg.
yeah, Peter Berg can do it.
He did the Kingdom with Jamie Foxx and stuff. But yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna get into a huge tangent right
Yeah. So yeah,
now.
like I said, we will definitely try to talk about that maybe this next weekend if I have a time off, or we're probably gonna hold that until I take another vacation. Then we can sit down and really get into it. So, but thank you. Like I said, hit the comment, let us know, and we'll get
Yeah, let
back to you.
others know as well, please. Like, we enjoy hopefully, speaking about this with other people, but eventually we want to get other people to have comment as guests, but we just
Hmm.
want to wait a little while until we get more subscribers. So the more you guys do this, the better for us.
Exactly, and also bring another person. I wanted to make sure that we can if we can make it work. I want to be able to make it work with our schedules and such.
Yeah, as
But
long as
definitely,
it's just a guest thing every now and then would
hmm
be nice, but that's going to be later on.
exactly. So thanks for joining us. You guys have a great one. It's about 1 a.m. and I got work tomorrow, so this that
All
I'm
right,
gonna
y'all.
be tired. But whatever, this was worth it. All right, thanks a lot, my man.